Hey guys, we're back with episode 5 of Monarch Legacy of the Monsters. We're halfway through the season, so let's break down this episode. Episode 5 is a slight detour from the adventure as we dive into the past of Kate Randa. As the trio heads to the ruins of San Francisco in the hopes of finding another trove of evidence in Hiroshi's San Francisco office that will allow them to continue their search, but they always seem to be a step behind Hiroshi, as we'll find out. Picking them up from the San Francisco airport is Kate's mother, Caroline's not boyfriend. He and Caroline are basically workers who retrieve missing items that people left behind in what's now called the quarantine zone, which is basically the area of the city hit hardest by Godzilla and the Mutos. It's cordoned off and patrolled by the military, who will shoot looters on sight, but Caroline has a pass that allows her to go into the quarantine zone. Now, Caroline seems to be the complete opposite of Kintaro's mother, in that she's an easily frazzled and seemingly flaky woman. She is not handling Hiroshi's death or the revelation of her husband having a second family nearly as well as Kintaro's mom did. Though, like Kintaro's mom helping him escape from Monarch, Caroline helps the gang get into the quarantine zone. It's while trudging through Godzilla's path of destruction that Kate is forced to relive her trauma from G-Day, as the fear caused by shaky building foundations, tight spaces, and dodging military patrols triggers painful memories. We learn that Kate was a school teacher and that the bus full of kids that she failed to save were actually her students, which makes her emotional state from the first episode make a lot more sense now. She also had a girlfriend who was a fellow teacher, and one that she couldn't commit to and that she cheated on, I think. And she also, again, relives the moment when her father left her during G-Day. I'm really enjoying the character development that both Kentaro and Kate have received so far, especially Kate. It's a breath of fresh air in 2023 to see a female lead that actually has substance to her character, that has flaws, not flaws that get brushed off as quirks and are just accepted by everyone around her, but actual flaws. She herself admits that she isn't so different from her father after all, which is a pretty interesting twist given her hatred towards him in the first couple of episodes. Though there is some good that comes from her memories, as both her and Kentaro share similar experiences of their father singing what I assume were advertisement jingles to them when they were kids. It seems to be the first time that they actually have a good memory about their father in common. When the group makes it to the office building, they are disappointed to find that there is not a safe full of secret files, but they do find the same map on the wall that the safe was behind in the Japanese office. And once held up next to a series of pinpoints, the map actually reveals the locations of Titan emergences, which include San Francisco, Alaska, and another point being in Africa, which I'm guessing is where Hiroshi went next and where the gang is headed in the next episode. The funny thing is, if they had taken the map from the Japanese office and compared it to the same files, they probably could have just avoided Alaska, or at least gone straight to the Monarch facility rather than a spot in the middle of nowhere. Now, if you're wondering where Lee Shaw is in all this, and what happened at the end of the last episode. So, Monarch had saved / detained the group, with each person kept in a cell and interrogated, but after the kids wouldn't give them any information, Monarch decided to let them go but keep an eye on them, basically figuring that by giving Hiroshi's kids some breathing room but keeping an eye on them, that they would lead Monarch to Hiroshi or his files or whatever it is that they're looking for. And so they basically gave them tickets from Alaska to San Francisco. However, Lee Shaw remained detained at the Alaska outpost. And it was there that he was interrogated by Deputy Director Verdugo herself, who Shaw seems very adept at pissing off. Every 5 minutes, he points out that she's still only the deputy director, and he definitely spends a lot of time mocking Monarch for basically sitting on their hands for 60 years, with their big plan apparently being to just allow the monsters to fight each other when they emerge. Lee seemingly kept himself busy all these years by hatching a number of escape attempts every few decades, and as to his age, they actually bring it up again, and Tim mentions that there are rumors that Lee was involved in a mission gone wrong. It's just another incredibly vague explanation, and it's something that I figure they'll expand upon in later episodes since they keep bringing it up. But perhaps Shaw was blasted by gamma rays from one of those big holes in the earth, or maybe he was even injected with a super soldier serum made of Titan blood. It's funny too because the interactions between Shaw and Verdugo kind of remind me of those between Steve Rogers and the, at the time, acting director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Maria Hill, during Civil War and Marvel Comics. But even though he ages slower like Steve Rogers, Shaw doesn't seem to have the enhanced strength needed to help him escape Monarch. But Monarch won't have to work that hard because they have a mole in the form of May. That's right, the woman who's constantly complaining appears to be betraying Kentaro and Kate. As they are on the trail of Hiroshi, it seems like May will feed Monarch information that will potentially allow Monarch to find Hiroshi before his kids do. What I still don't get is, what information are they looking for exactly? Is this just a result of Monarch not having a handle on G-Day? And if so, what specific information are they hoping to glean from either Hiroshi or Bill Randa's files that they think will help them at this point? Now, if the series continues with the pattern so far, I believe that the next episode will either focus on May's past, or it'll continue to go deeper into Lee Shaw's past, given that there is still a number of years unaccounted for in the flashbacks between the founding of Monarch and the death of Keiko. Now, if this episode led to you guys coming up with any interesting theories, I'd love to hear them, so feel free to post those in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you would hit that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so that you never miss out on a new video. Thanks for watching.